My shiny bit of glass has arrived. Ooh, so nice. So as I explained before, I don't want to lose any extra metal that I don't need to. So what I've done is I've cut out a cardboard template that is exactly the same, well, no, sorry, it's marginally bigger than the see-through area on the window over there. And I've measured how far from all the way around the window that the template is pushed in, because it's actually a bigger gap down here rather than it is up here. But these gaps are the same, which is alright. So now this should be in the right place, but I've allowed enough margin anyway for a small amount of error. So all I'm going to do now is draw around this with a permanent marker and then get cutting. Here's the line. So that should be just the clear area of the window plus a tiny margin. Now I'm going to measure this because it's very important to measure twice and cut once. Otherwise I could be really angry in a couple of minutes. One other thing before you get started, make sure your plywood lining is removed and everything, because that's just going to be a pain in the arse and annoying to cut around anyway, and it's just going to disrupt your cutting. You might not end up with a straight line. Some of you may want to put like a sheet down in this area as well, just to collect all of the metal filings that are going to be thrown out from the cutting. Because this is in the morning, the outside of the van's still wet, so after I've done this I'm going to have to wash it down with a hose, otherwise the metal filings get stuck to the outside and they start rusting, and then you get basically rust freckles all over your van, which is not good. We've got the template on the window, we've got all our tools down there with drill with a metal drill bit big enough for the bandsaw blade to fit in, a bandsaw with a metal blade. I've also attached some duct tape on the bottom of it so it doesn't scratch up the paint from the metal guide plate. I've got earmuffs, eye defenders, and that's pretty much it, apart from what I'm wearing. Now I look like an idiot because I remember this from last time and I made a massive mistake. I didn't wear long sleeve t-shirts, I didn't wear gloves, I didn't wear neck and face protection. I did have eye protection and ear protection though, so that's alright. And this was a massive downfall, because all the metal filings fly off and they're very, very hot and they hurt a lot. So I would advise you dress similar, nice and thin because it's still the summer, but just something to cover as much skin as possible. And I think we're ready to go. That is a big hole, isn't it? That's going to let a lot of light in. Exactly another reason why I really didn't need windows at the back, because now with these ones, these windows are so much bigger than the Transit Custom ones. It's a vast amount of light. It isn't a requirement, but what I've done is I've taken some old black spray paint that I have in a paintbrush. I've sprayed the paint onto the paintbrush, and what I've done is I've painted the edge all the way around. For me it's just an added extra level of protection against rust. I know you probably won't need it, and in most videos where they show you how to cut out a window and install it, they won't even do that. They'll just put the U-bend stuff straight on, the U-channel straight on, and window on. But for me, I just, bit of peace of mind, I've done it anyway. It took me, what, 30 seconds. Can't complain. Right, so the next stage you're going to need this kit to get the window on. And in the kit that came with it, there's two of these tubes. This is the bondant sealant stuff that actually sticks the window to the van. But you get this is the primer stuff. And it's like this really thin black liquid that dries to like this skin. So you put them on first with these pom-pom things, which are brilliant, I love them. And then put the sealant on top and literally stick the window on. It is really very simple. primer stuff is basically like it almost instantly dries. You can see it drying. It's a really cool effect. It like just like sort of almost vapors away, which is very cool. Now I've got the actual glazing sealant, as they say here on the tin, glazing sealant. I'm just going to apply a nice thick bead all the way around the edge. I actually ended up having 2 points on my transit custom window where some water was leaking in because there was a tiny gap. So make sure you get the bead really nice and thick, so it's definitely going to touch the glass all the way around. Very, very important. Now I'm going to use my little alcohol rubs that they provide to clean the edge of the window to make sure it's completely dirt free and lovely. So the sealant isn't fully set, it will sag a little bit, so I am going to wedge this up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use some duct tape, some strong tape, just to hold it in position while it sets. In the kit as well is this U-channel stuff, and on some vans it works really well. It fits around the edge on the inside where you've cut. Now the problem I've got is, I'll show you, the gap is absolutely minuscule. It's so close to the window, and on the top it's double skin, so it won't fit over that width. So what I'm going to have to do is, I think I'm going to have to leave it and then clad around the bottom of the window just to tidy it up and make it look nicer. My next job is the window on the other side. As you guys have seen the process already, this is going to be a bit trickier and more annoying because I've done it in a really stupid order. So I'm just going to get this one done so you guys can just see the final finished product. There you go.